the comment section below. If I am audible and visible, please give a thumbs up in the comment section below. So I'm getting some responses here. So my dear learners, once again a warm welcome to all of you in the today's daily current affairs session on EduTap, and I hope that all of you are healthy and preparing well for your upcoming exams. And when we talk about exams, then current affairs plays a really very important part. And my dear learners, PIB is one of the very most important sources from where you are required to cover these current affairs from the exam point of view, and that is the reason that I am back here with a very interesting session in which we will be discussing the top PIB news from the month of December 2021. And here is the topic that we will be discussing in our today's session. So before starting the session, if you are new to our YouTube channel, kindly subscribe it and press the bell icon to receive all the latest updates of the courses and videos offered by us. And you can also join our Telegram channel to get the access to the PDF of these lectures. To join the Telegram channel, kindly click on the link given in the description below. So my dear learners, now let's move on to the session. Let's get started. So here is the list of topics that we will be discussing in our today's session. That is the We Think Digital Program, Bank Deposit Insurance Program and Observer Status to ISA. So let's move on to the very first question from our today's session, which is here on your screen. So my dear learners, today the very first topic that we will be discussing in our today's session is We Think Digital Program. See, recently the National Commission for Women has launched an online resource center on the cyber safety, and this resource center has been launched under the We Think Digital Program. So first of all, we will be discussing this online resource center, and after that we will be discussing We Think Digital Program. So when we talk about this online resource center on the cyber safety, the National Commission for Women has recently launched this particular initiative under the We Think Digital Program. And why exactly this particular resource center has been launched? See, this center is going to help women on the safe usage of technology, and it is also going to help them to be safe from the online threats. That means this particular center is going to be the source of all the important information which is really required when these women are using the internet, and that's why it will be act as a source of information and support for online presence. Okay, apart from this, this source center is also going to help these women in fighting the cyber violence against women and will help in preventing tech abuse against them. So my dear learners, that was just about the online resource center on the cyber safety, and now let's move on to the most important part from this particular news article, that is We Think Digital Program. See, We Think Digital Program is a joint initiative of three institutions, that is the Facebook, Cyber Peace Foundation and the National Commission for Women. So all these three institutions have together come up, and they have come up with this particular initiative, that is We Think Digital Program. So my dear learners, why this particular program was being launched? This program was being launched in order to provide digital literacy training to 1 lakh women across 7 states through the year. And when we talk about the 7 states, the name of these 7 states are Uttar Pradesh, Assam, West Bengal, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat and Jharkhand and Bihar. And now when we talk about the important key takeaway from this particular part, then it is the 1 lakh women will be trained under this particular We Think Digital Program, and it is a joint initiative of three important institutions, that is Facebook, Cyber Peace Foundation and the National Commission for Women. And when we talk about the state from where this particular program was being launched, then the state was Uttar Pradesh, from where this particular We Think Digital Program was being launched. Okay, and my dear learners, when we talk about the We Think Digital Program, see, in India this particular program was being launched in year 2020, but this is a global digital literacy program which was launched by Facebook, in year 2019. And my dear learners, under this particular program, it aims to provide digital education to the people so that they know exactly that how they are required to use the internet and how they can be very safe while using this particular internet. So I hope that this We Think Digital program is very much clear to all of you, and why exactly it has been launched in India. It has been launched to overcome the gender imbalance on the internet. So my dear learners, now let's move on to the question which is based on this particular part, that is We Think Digital program. Okay, and to answer this question, before answering the question, you are required to carefully read out the question, that what exactly the question is demanding. That is, it is demanding the correct statement, as the question says, which one of the following statements are correct about We Think Digital program. And to answer the question correctly, you are required to analyze these particular statements which have been mentioned here and kindly go through them very quickly. And my dear learners, as per our today's discussion, analyze these particular statements and then tell me in the comment section below that what exactly is the right answer to this question. See, these statement based questions are really important from the exam point of view, and that is the reason that we are bringing such kind of questions, so that you can have enough practice before the exam, so that you will be able to answer these questions successfully during the examination. So my dear learners, this is the homework question for all of you. Please do answer the question in the comment section below. And now we are moving towards our next topic for our today's discussion, and the next question is here on your screen. So the next question is, which one of the following has been recently granted the observer status by the United Nations? See, recently one of these organizations has received the observer status from the United Nations, and here you are required to tell me in the comment section below the name of that organization which has received this observer status by the United Nations. So let's find out the answer to this particular question by discussing this news in detail. See, as you can see the headline from the PIB itself, that United Nations has recently granted the observer status to International Solar Alliance. Okay, so United Nations has granted the observer status to the International Solar Alliance. And what exactly this International Solar Alliance is all about? See, when we talk about the International Solar Alliance, my dear learners, it is a collaborative platform for increased deployment of the solar energy technologies. See, this particular International Solar Alliance was an initiative which was being launched by the government of India and the government of France during COP21. Okay, we all know that COP26 has just recently concluded, and when we talk about the International Solar Alliance, this solar alliance was being launched by the Indian government and France together during the COP21. And my dear learners, with the deployment, with the launch of the International Solar Alliance, both these governments wanted to increase the deployment of solar energy technologies so that the energy access, the energy security, as well as driving energy transition can take place very smoothly. Okay, and apart from that, in order to increase this amount of solar energy all over the world, this particular initiative was being taken. And now my dear learners, the homework for all of you is that you are going to tell me in the comment section below that who is presently the Director General of the International Solar Alliance and where are the headquarters of the International Solar Alliance. And I have got some answers from here from all of you, and Shini is saying that the answer is option A. Yukti is opting for answer A, and Bhat Ashik is also opting for answer A, and that is the right answer. That is International Solar Alliance is the right answer for this question number 2, that is in which you were asked to tell me in the comment section below that which one of the following has recently received the observer status from the United Nations, and the right answer to this question is option A, that is International Solar Alliance. Now there is another important question before you, and that is a homework question, and the question is, name the country which has recently become the 101st member country of the International Solar Alliance. See, recently during the COP26, one of the very big countries and impactful countries have announced that they are signing this International Solar Alliance, and with the signing they have become the 101st member country of the International Solar Alliance. And now you are going to tell me in the comment section below that what exactly is the right answer to this question, the country which has recently become the 101st member country for the International Solar Alliance. And now, my dear learners, we are moving towards the next topic of our today's session, which is here on your screen. And here you can see that PM has recently addressed the depositors in a bank deposit insurance program which was held in New Delhi. So recently a deposit insurance program which was titled as the Depositors First Guaranteed Time Bound Deposit Insurance Payment up to Rs 5 lakh has taken place, and various important points that they have mentioned during this particular address, and we are going to remember, we are going to discuss, and you are going to remember these particular points because they are really very important for all of you from the exam point of view. And what exactly these points are? See, the insurance for the bank depositors, that is, if the bank sank, then the depositors had a provision to get the amount within a period of 90 days. And what exactly this amount is? The amount is of Rs 5 lakh. See what exactly this insurance is all about. This insurance is being provided by the Deposit Insurance and Credit Guarantee Corporation, and if a bank sinks, then there is a provision that the customer is liable, the customer will get a amount of up to Rs 5 lakh if that particular bank sinks. And my dear learners, one more important point was being mentioned during this particular conference, and the point was that earlier there was not any kind of limit on providing this particular amount to the customer, but now the government has come up and the government has announced that the customer will get the amount within a period of 90 days. And now, my dear learners, you are going to tell me in the comment section below that in which year this particular amount of insurance was increased from 1 lakh to Rs 5 lakh, and this particular rule that the amount within a period of 90 days will be credited to the customer. You are going to tell me that in which year this particular part has taken place. Apart from that, when we discuss that what exactly the deposit insurance covers in this particular rule. So my dear learners, the deposit insurance covers all the deposits such as savings, fixed deposits, current recurring deposits, etc. in all the commercial banks which are functioning in India. And apart from that, the deposits in the state, central and primary cooperative banks which are functioning in the states and union territories are also covered. And my dear learners, one more important fact that you are required to remember from this particular part is that with the deposit insurance coverage, with the increase in this particular amount, that is from 1 lakh to 5 lakh per depositor per bank, the number of fully protected accounts at the end of previous financial year constituted 98.1 of the total number of accounts. And when we talk about this particular number, this percentage at the international level, then this particular percentage is only 80%. And that's how this particular rule is really very impactful and very important from the depositor's point of view. So my dear learners, that was all from the today's session. And now in the homework section, you are going to tell me in the comment section below that in which year this particular rule was being changed. Okay, so now my dear learners, apart from that, when we discuss about the Deposit Insurance and Credit Guarantee Corporation, then it is a wholly owned subsidiary of the Reserve Bank of India which provides this deposit insurance, which works as a protection cover for the bank deposit holders when the bank fails to pay its depositors, and the amount is being increased from 1 lakh to 5 lakh. And you are going to tell me in the comment section below that in which year this particular rule was being framed by the government of India. Now coming back to the star performer slide. So my dear learners, I am glad to see your participation, and here when we talk about the star performer, then I have a very long list here. And here you can see that Archana, Hansa, Kiran, Ranjan, Ayushman, Yukti and Amit Yadav are all the star performers from our previous session. And who are these people? These are those people who have answered the homework question which we have asked during our previous session correctly, and that is why they are the star performers. And if you also want your name to be mentioned here in the next session, then kindly answer the homework questions which I have asked to you in this particular session, and answer these questions in the comment section below, and I will be giving out your names in the next session. So my dear learners, that was all from our today's session, and I hope that today's session was very much useful and fruitful to all of you. If you have liked the session, please give a thumbs up in the comment section below, and if you are having any queries, you can drop us a mail at hello@edutap.co.in, and you can also call us at 814-620-7241. So my dear learners, thank you for joining us. Wish you all happy learning.